After a very long time, I'm gonna do something on purpose, and that is wear a watch on my wrist. And there's a good reason for it. You see, I haven't bought a watch in almost a year at this point, and I thought it was time. I've been talking about this watch. I talked about this watch before, and I was hesitant to buy it. Somebody came in the comments and said that it's not a lot of money. Just push the trigger. If you don't like it, worst case scenario, you sell it, you lose $100. So what? I'm happy I did it. Now, if you don't know, I had in the past many Swatch brand watches, starting from Swatch, going to 3 Hamiltons. I bought 3 Tissots for women in my life, and my wife actually wants the same exact watch. That's a Tissot Ballade, previous generation. My wife wants the full rose gold, so I think I'm gonna buy it for the 4th time, the same watch. It's that good. So I have quite of experience with Swatch Group brands. The one thing I didn't have experience with was Mido. And I learned about this brand, or actually I drew my attention to this brand because of Terry Baldassarre. Like you guys, I watch videos, and I am not completely impartial to what I see. I'm glad that Terry dropped my attention to Mido because I started looking into the watches, and the more I looked, the more I liked them, in the sense that the kind of movement that you get in a Mido is typically on the higher end of what ETA offers. I will talk about bracelet and cases and all that during the video, but I'm very happy to see what Mido can offer, and for that price point. Now, the box, as you will see, is nothing special. You get the same kind of box with Hamilton, with Tissot. It's just a cardboard box looking as it has like a wood print on it. It's nothing special, so nothing to see here. The dimensions, we're looking at 40 millimeters width for this beauty here, and 10.6 height, 48 lug to lug, 20 millimeter lug width, and tapers down to 18. The taper is very minimal, you can barely tell, but it's there. The bracelet is the weak link on this watch, as you expect. They had to cut some corners somehow. This bracelet is just the links, even though they look like 5-link kind of bracelet. I had this type of bracelet before, the real deal, and that was on my IWC Pilot Chrono, and that was individual pieces, each one of these. This is just made to look like it's one, but it's not. I had to size this, and I can tell you that all these pieces, 5 across, are all connected to each other. On top of that is just pin screws, again, pins holding this bracelet together. It's not even pin and collar, it's just pins. So that's the lowest way to do a bracelet nowadays. It's a butterfly clasp, so obviously there's no micro adjustments. There's a couple of half links, and that's all you get, which is kind of typical though for butterfly clasp watches. Then, of course, this being an older watch, thankfully it does have solid end links, and the clasp is pretty nice, but there is some play in it. It's not like it's completely solid. Like, the tolerances are good, but they're not great. And then there's some rough edges on the inner side of this bracelet. I can feel it digging into my skin a little bit, which is something I'm not used to, especially coming from more expensive watches. Especially this kind of bracelet I had in my IWC. I can't remember pulling hair. This does, and I didn't feel any digging in my skin, so this does that too. So the bracelet, not great, even though it does look great and it does the job very well. I'm nitpicking here. Keep that in mind. I am comparing this to something similar that I know that's multiples of this price. So forgive me about that. But the main reason why I bought this watch is what happens in the watch itself, the case, and everything in it. So the case itself is fully polished. It's a beautiful polish. It has a nice size, big crown. I put it next to my wife's big crown Oris, and this is slightly bigger, so there's that. I love that. The dial is incredible. I was looking at the camera and my watch as I was shooting this footage, and I can tell you that in person it looks even better. If you see pictures of this online, it looks very flat, but in person it has a nice 3D effect. The stamped guilloche in the middle, and the elevated writing on the logo and the notes down, officially certified chronometer, give a nice 3D-dimensionality of it. The whole guilloche is surrounded by a nice polished ring, and then you have applied indices. The ring of the applied indices it looks like satin in person. I don't know how the camera picks it, but it looks like satin. It looks beautiful, classy. Now, unlike most Midos, this one has 100 meters water resistance. Typically, these dress watches have 30 to 50. This has 100, screw down crown and screw down case back. So most Midos and even Tissots, like the Tissot Gentleman, you will see it's a pop-up or how do you call it? Just snaps with pressure. This one is normal, screwed down, and I like that. I understand that you can do things another way. The Tissot Gentleman, for example, doesn't need that to have 100 meters water resistance, but it gives a peace of mind to my head, and also I like it because that's traditional watchmaking. This movement is the 5876, if I'm not mistaken, or 2876. I'm going to put it down there. This is typically a women's watch movement. It's a smaller movement, that's why, but it doesn't matter. As you see, it looks properly sized on this watch. And the one thing that I noticed from the beginning is that this being a chronometer movement, and as you know, chronometer is the top tier of whatever ETA makes. Even the coloring of the bridges and everything is plated, so you can see that it has a nice vibrant silver tone. Unlike, I will make probably a nice comparison with my Hamilton at a later video. That is very gray, sandblasted looking parts. This one looks all shiny and polished, and it's a very nice change comparing to what I have in my current collection. My Breitling, I know it has a similar kind of thing going on for its movement, but it's covered with a solid case back, so I can't see it. Blued screws. You have the traditional pallet fork here. That's one thing that you're missing with a newer Powermatic 80s, or whatever they called in each watch brand, Swatch brand. But you have traditional timekeeping pallet fork here, which is great. You can adjust, a watchmaker can adjust it very easily with that screw. Beautiful Geneva stripes on the rotor, and everything seems to be just beautifully made. I adore this watch. I bought this watch based on I had a theory that lately I've been buying watches based on emotion and not on checkbox lists, but I found myself going back to this watch over and over and over. It has some very high-end features. The date, for example, it jumps just a minute before midnight. It jumps to the next day and date, and that's a high-end feature. That quick change, you don't find it on lower tier watches, and you find it here. And power reserve is only 38 hours, as you can imagine. So you have 38 hours of power reserve, quick. It's a chronometer certified. There's so many things going on. It checks so many boxes, from water resistance to screw down case back, chronometer certified, quick date and day adjustment, sapphire crystal clearly, and this retail price was $1,300. I bought it, taxes included, for $430. And at that price, I think this is the best deal I ever got by any watch brand, period. And I bought it thinking that I'm not gonna like it and I'm gonna try to sell it soon after. But guys, the more I see it in person, the more I like it. And I can only imagine what I can do with this watch and some really nice leather straps. I think this being a very beautiful silver white, it's not exactly white, it's silver white dial. I think it's gonna be a strap monster, and I can't wait to put some really nice straps on it. I see this as a daily. I see this as something that I'm gonna keep, period. I don't see this going anywhere. I'm extremely happy. Swatch delivered for one more time, and I'm happy to have something that's finally not a black dial, because that's what I had in my current collection. And I didn't have a white dial since the Seiko 5 about 10 years ago. That broke on me, and I thought, I bought that watch for like $70, $80, and I thought I'm not gonna spend a couple of hundred to fix it, so I had to trash that one. But here we are. Let me know what you guys think about Mido Swatch brands. Which is your favorite entry-level Swatch brand? Tissot, Certina, Hamilton, Mido. Do you have your eyes on one? Which one? Thank you so much for watching. Until the next one. Ciao.